I encourage everyone, if you have any kind of burden at all, start a home church.
Right.
Just start it. Just
Absolutely.
gather friends together, start it, have a Bible study, sing a worship song, whatever you want to do. Just start a home church. Don't worry about tithes and offerings, and don't worry about 501c3s. Just start a home church, because the remnant needs to pull together and organize to be prepared. There's a lot of people. I mean, just like when you had mentioned, and I think it was one of your prophecies, how the Catholic Church is going to tumble. You know, there's going to be hundreds of thousands of Catholic people that are going to be searching for a place to go.
Millions. Look, if they take the Vatican down, like I believe it's probably going to happen, they bust that place wide open and they find out what's been going on, there's going to be millions of Catholics that are going to be decimated.
Yes.
And look, there's other religions that follow this stuff. So other religions are going to be decimated when the truth comes out. Yeah. Again, we have to be prepared to be able to handle the influx of people that's coming. And it's like, look, it doesn't cost you anything to be a home church.
Right.
I don't like using the term home church. It's home group or home congregation. You know what I mean? Because people get keyed in on church, so they think, well, it's got to be run like a business.
Exactly. Thank you.
The business model again. You know what I mean? It's like, so it's the home congregation. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free, guys. Literally free.
Yeah. Exactly right. And that's what we need to prep ourselves for. God rose and has raised the remnant on purpose at this time.
For such a time as this. Absolutely.
And we need to take advantage of it.
Yep.
Let's see. What else do I have here? What I want to say that I addressed at the beginning of the show. What we do with what we know. We do know for sure that God's in control.
Yep.
We know that. We know that God is true. He's faithful and will not leave us alone. So there are some things we don't know. There are some things we do know. Daily, weekly hints are being popped out over the
read the signs. Read the signs.
Right. And little signs are coming that we need to pay attention to. So let's not worry about how, and most of all, let's not worry about when. God's time is not our time, and so we expected it to happen and expected something huge to happen to January 20th. It didn't happen the way we wanted it to. We expected something to happen January 6th. It didn't happen the way we wanted it to. Now we put another date on this of March 4th. People, get your minds off those dates. It's about God's timing. Right. So what we need to do, sit back, rely on God, not what we know, not what we don't know, but just know that the sure thing is God has control of this. And God's timing is not our timing. So I encourage us to just sit back, stop trying to figure out how God is going to do it. Stop trying to figure out when God is going to do it. And just know that God is in control, and let's watch him do his work. He doesn't want to watch us fret. He doesn't want to watch us do what we're supposed to do. He doesn't want to watch that. He wants us to watch him. And that's where we need to find comfort. I just got a report just live right now that all the lights went out in the White House.
That's a prophetic sign.
So what's going on at the White House?
That's a prophetic sign. The power's gone out. It has no power. There's another sign. I mean, again, nobody can explain this stuff. Right. You know what I mean? There's another sign. So here we go. Again, like you said, March 4th, if he's taking the corporation down, March 4th was the original inauguration date. And I think that's why people are keying in on that. Like, look, guys, nothing may happen March 4th. You know what I mean? We can't go by that. We have to let whatever this plan is play forth. You know what I mean? I know we'd all would love to see something happen March 4th, but it may not. So we just have to be prepared to go the long haul on whatever this is.
We have to surrender our will to God.
Right.
We have to say, God, I know what's going to happen. We heard your word. Now let me be patient enough to wait on you. We have to stop trying to push God into our agenda and our timeline.
Right. And that's not the first time the lights have gone off, by the way. They went off the other day. They've been going off, I think, multiple times. But also the Washington Monument, the lights were going off. You got to understand what the Washington Monument represents. I'm not going to go into all that. It's a phallic symbol to Baal. It's the Baal system, guys. Freemasons built that thing. So, I mean, again, there's no power there. I think these are all prophetic signs that God's given us, but we just have to be able to stop looking in the natural and start seeing in the spirit what's actually God's given us here. He's trying to give us some hints of what's happening here. So,
And it appears that the last few nights the lights have gone on the White House.
Right.
So are they running everybody out and turning the lights off and saying, "Go home, go where you go"?
Maybe it's part of the Green New Deal or something. I don't know. Maybe we're trying to save money.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
you got any? Go ahead, brother.
No, I got nothing else. Unless you want to take some questions and
I was going to say,
whatever you want to do.
Questions. We got about 5 or 6 minutes left. Let's move over to some questions. So, okay, guys, let us have your questions if you got them. And we are now looking at the chat. So shoot your questions to us. It's kind of like God's in a. I think God looks down at us and smiles because He says, "You people just don't have any idea what I'm about to do."
Is it true? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say it's just like a game that God's playing with us, laughing at us.
Yep. Is it true that Trump got inaugurated on January 22nd, 2021 to the United States, not the corporation? I cannot confirm that at all. I don't know. I just know that if he's taken the corporation down, which we cannot bet, we can't prove right now. Everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen. We really don't know. If he has taken the corporation down, then he would be sworn in as the 19th president of the United States for America.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that would actually work.
Right.
Yeah. There's. Let's see here.
Are the press conferences actually being held in the White House? Some people are saying yes. Some people are saying no. Some people are saying it's a stage. So. At this point, we don't actually have the answer to that.
Let's see here. Home groups, guys. Home groups, definitely home groups. That's what you want. Doesn't cost you anything. Look, tithes and offerings is not all about money, guys. It could be the next door neighbor could need tires for the car. I mean, it could be clothes for the baby across the street. Whatever it is that's in your circle of influence. Help people out. That's your tithes and offerings right there. Everybody doesn't get focused on money.
Right. I do want to address this one question: is a 508c1a good? That is the most question that I get asked about the 501c3s in my email, my messages, stuff like that. I'm getting ready to put a video together explaining the 501s, the difference between it, a 508. Et cetera, et cetera. So just hang on for a while and watch for my video. I've been doing 10 years of study on this stuff.
Where's George Soros? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Where's a lot of these people? Where were they at? I don't call it the inauguration. I call it the funeral.
Yeah.
Because when you looked at those guys that were sitting there, look, if you were about to go down for treason, you were about to be literally executed for treason, and you saw your pardon standing up there, which would be Joe Biden for those guys, would you not be celebrating and dancing in the streets?
Exactly.
It looked like they were at a funeral, brother. There's another sign. Why aren't they all dancing in the streets? Every liberal across America wanted them gone, wanted President Trump gone, because I think even they know in their spirit something's not right.
Exactly.
Something's not right. Even the Dems I know it.
Yeah. It was. They were all solemn. It was like a funeral. I watched about 5 minutes of it, and I told my wife, I said, I can't watch this. It's a funeral going on.
Yeah. Will Washington remain the capital if President Trump gets back in? That's a good question, because this is where it will probably get technical. If he takes the corporation down, could he effectively move the capital? He could say, well, forget Washington. He says, I'm going to put it back. He could say, I'm putting it back in Philadelphia, which was like the original capital, where all started. Honestly, we saw moving trucks down there in Mar-a-Lago. If anyone's done any research on Mar-a-Lago came from the post-serial heiress. She had donated to the government. Somehow it got given back because they couldn't afford the maintenance. And guess who bought it in 1981? Trump.
Yeah.
For $10 million. And she named it. She wanted to call it the post-serial heiress before she donated it. She wanted to donate it and called it the Winter White House.
Oh.
There's another sign, guys. The Winter White House. We saw moving trucks at Mar-a-Lago. Why are we seeing moving trucks at Mar-a-Lago? Is he moving back in there? I don't know. But it had 3 bomb shelters. And I guess the press secretary, when Trump was in office, confirmed that it did have a skiff. So he could effectively run everything right there from Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. I'd kind of like to see it go to Texas, but that's just my opinion.
Can you explain how the church would get out of the 501? That's in a show in of itself. I would tune into Paul's show on that one because that's a whole show in of itself.
I will explain legally how you get out of a 501c3. It's very easy. Easy. Literally takes 5 minutes to get out of a 501c3.
Yes, I'm still doing other shows as well, guys. I am. How much time we got, Paul?
Until we stop, but about 3 minutes.
Okay.
But I'm okay until we just keep going. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Let's see here. The lights went out because Biden went to bed. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that, yeah. God is about to do something biblical. It's in the air. Absolutely. Who has the nuclear football? Good question. I don't know if it's ever been transferred back to Biden. Can't confirm it. Nobody can confirm that. We just know originally Trump took that nuclear football with him, which has never been done in history, by the way. We had a lot of never been done in history. Biden flew in on a private jet versus a government jet to be inaugurated. That's never been done. Again, more signs.
Yeah.
Something's not right, and even the Democrats know it.
Yeah. Here's an easy one. Is Joel Osteen a 501c3? Yes. Absolutely.
Let's see here.
How long do we think Biden will be in office? Look, we just
I don't know.
Explained a while ago. That's up to God. We don't know that. God has that under control. So keep your eyes on God. Please keep your eyes on God.
Let's see here. That's about all I'm seeing right now. What about the vaccine? Don't take the vaccine. No. Do not take any vaccine right now.
Yeah, I agree with this gal. She said Ken Clement even said that God would fool people, and that's one of the big things. God, I mean, I've said multiple times on this show that God spoke to me a few weeks ago, said I'm getting ready to do something so huge that it's going to shock the world.
Okay, I'll take this last one right here.
All right.
Why is D.C. wanting to become the 51st state? This is just my personal humble opinion, because I think he's taking the corporation down. You got to understand, when people go to Washington, D.C., they say, well, we work for the people. No, they don't. Legally, they work for the corporation. They don't work for you and me.
Yeah.
So they're under the protection of the corporation. So I think what's happening is, while they want to become a 51st state, because they know Trump is taking the corporation down, now they're held accountable by we, the people. They work for us, and it's scaring them to death. So they want the protection of their own state, to make their own rules, to make their own laws, whatever. That's just my humble opinion. I think that's another sign that Trump has taken the corporation down right there, that he in fact did do it, is because they want to become a state, because they're out from under the protection of the corporation, and they know it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I feel. Look, our final words: God is in control, period. Mark's not in control. I wish sometimes I was in control,
No.
but we're not. We're not in control. There's a lot of people that are in, want us to be in control, want to be in control, want us to know who's in control. And there are just some things that we don't know, that God just did not reveal.
Sorry.
And I think on purpose, God's not revealing things. We have to have faith. Surrender your will, surrender your questions, surrender everything over to God, knowing that He is in control. He's the Almighty. We're not.
Absolutely.
Got any final words, brother?
Guys, just hang in there. We just got to hang in there. We're all in this together. Don't shoot the person in the foxhole next to you here. We just need to stand together in unity right now, and we'll come through this. We'll come through this victoriously, however it works out.